Hey everybody, it's Jason from the Texas Gun Vault 2, and I'm out here in the garage, and what a day it has been. July the 13th, 2024. Oh my gosh. Well, I planned on doing a different Texas Gun Vault 2 video tonight because I got a couple of very bigoted and hateful comments on my channel. I guess some people didn't like my reviews on whatever and were essentially calling me gay and making fun of my voice and this and that. And I was going to come out here tonight and do a video about how the Texas Gun Vault and the Second Amendment is for everybody. You know, here we talk about guns. We don't talk about other things. I don't care if you are straight, gay, whatever. I don't care who you sleep with, who you don't sleep with. I don't care about any of that. And I was pretty much going to be like, as long as you're doing it with consenting adults and not with children, you're good to go with me. I don't care. I may not want to see it or participate in it, but don't care because this is a gun channel and all I care about is the Second Amendment. And I believe that everybody of all walks of life, regardless of race or gender or whatever, is welcome in the Second Amendment community, because I believe it's, as Benjamin Franklin said, we either hang together or we hang separately. And that's just my philosophy. But I wanted to talk about that. But obviously the events of today have superseded this. And so I just wanted to give you guys my kind of first impressions and thoughts about what happened today. And it's absolutely amazing. I think kind of like from a gun perspective, and I have a kind of a unique view on all this because obviously we as gun people looked at what happened today and kind of analyzed things and look at things from what we know about firearms. The fact that Donald Trump was hit in the ear, I mean, I cannot imagine having a bullet whiz by my head so close that it hits my ear but not my head. I mean, that is unbelievable. I mean, the odds of this is unbelievable. And so is it divine providence or divine intervention to save him? I don't know. And I feel horrible for the person in the crowd behind him that got hit. I'm so glad that more people did not get hit. My gut tells me that it's a small caliber rifle. I would have to say probably like something in the 223 kind of range. I would have to say that if it was like a 308 or something bigger, the sounds that I was hearing on the tape, and I think what happened in the crowd would have been different, but I could be wrong, and I'm looking forward to kind of hearing about what type of weapon he was using to kind of analyze things. But yeah, the political rhetoric in our country is getting out of control. And I have a friend, he's actually kind of a former client, because you guys know that I'm a music teacher. And he's a friend, and I used to teach his son. And I can't say names or anything, but he used to be the, I guess one of like the special agents in charge in the Secret Service of like ex-presidential details, you know, looking after presidents after they retire. And a long time ago, we were talking about, you know, what the Secret Service, kind of like what their philosophy is when it comes to presidents and that kind of stuff. And I know that he took his job very, very, very seriously. And of course, there's things he can't talk to me about, you know. But he's retired. He's been retired for a long time. And when this happened today, I messaged him. I said, hey, I know it's been quite a while since I spoke with you, but I thought about you today. And he was telling me that essentially that many people, especially retired agents, people that had worked in the past, you know, few decades, were saying that they thought something like this was inevitable because the Secret Service has been doing more DEI hiring, you know, diversity, equity, and inclusion hires. And that merit does not matter, but, you know, essentially your sexual preferences, your gender, all that kind of stuff, your race matters more in the Secret Service now when it comes to protecting the president than your actual ability. And my personal philosophy on it is I don't care what race you are, what anything about that. I don't care about your sex or anything, as long as you are the most capable. And by capable, when it comes to protecting the president, and I don't care if it's a Republican or a Democrat. You guys know I'm not a fan of Joe Biden, but when it comes to his Secret Service detail, I believe that he deserves the strongest, the fastest, the most intelligent, and the most capable people around him. That's my personal belief, that that's what they're supposed to do, and they need to surround him with the best. The same thing goes with every ex-president, even Donald Trump. And I'm not saying that the Secret Service agents were incapable at that rally today, but it's kind of weird. I'm thinking to myself, okay, I think every Secret Service agent that protects the president needs to have the ability, if they're the only agent there, to be able to get the president to safety. When that probably means carrying them, picking them up. And I noticed that on his presidential detail, he had a couple of smaller ladies. And I don't know. I'm not saying that's why he was in, because it obviously wasn't. But anyway, my friend in the Secret Service was saying this something was inevitable, and that people that are protecting the president aren't doing their jobs. Essentially, how in the world that can they allow somebody to get on top of a building within 1,000 yards of this event and not know? It blows my mind. He was telling me that, and I'm going to assume it's just kind of basic protocol. He says that at every presidential event, every time they speak, they have an agent or a law enforcement officer on the rooftops of every building within 1,000 yards of where the president is. And I have no doubt that under certain circumstances and certain events, that perimeter is probably even larger. So I think that a lot of heads are going to roll on this one. A lot of people were dropping the ball, not doing their jobs. Absolutely crazy. I'm so glad that President Trump is not injured. And I have to say something, that this event has probably changed my mind on something. Come November, I know I've said I'm not registered to vote, and I'm not going to vote. But this has probably gotten me to change my mind and to go vote. Because when he stood up defiantly and shook his hand, and his face is bloody, is all that kind of stuff, in that moment, he was saying, fight, fight, fight. He doesn't give up. He doesn't give up. And I have so much respect and I have so much appreciation for that. Because I have things that have happened in my life where things have just completely, I thought things were at the end of things. And I kept fighting. And he's a fighter. And I don't know. I have admiration and respect for that. And I know he's a flawed individual. And I have my issues with some of his policies and things. But I'm going to tell you that the difference between his mentality and his vigor and his determination and his perseverance compared to his competitor is a night and day thing. And he has been run through the ringer. We all know that all these charges, all these people in New York, that they tried him, and convicted him on felonies, and every little thing, he never stops. He never stops. Every trial, every charge, every stupid thing that they try to get him on, everything, as other politicians are doing the exact same thing, if not worse. And he just keeps going. And now he's even been shot. He's going to keep going. Okay? He's not a hero. He's not some type of deity or any of that. But I got to vote for the guy now. I have to. I don't know. And I'm getting tired of this. I'm getting tired of political violence of any kind, but mainly coming from the left, because many people, in media and in the world, they're all like, oh, right-wing violence. All it takes is for somebody to say something mean on Twitter and it's violence or whatever. But the left, they burn cities to the ground. Now, for years now, the left has been saying Trump is, the evil guy from World War II. I don't know if YouTube allows you to say the name. I have to be careful about that, but you guys know who I'm talking about. So all their crazy left-wing fanatics are going to go out there thinking like, we have to stop him. Democracy is, he's an existential threat to democracy. What do they expect was going to happen? If this was the other way around, if this was against Joe Biden, can you imagine what the media would say? But it has to stop. It has to stop. It's getting crazy. I don't know why there's so much violence. You guys know me. You've heard my lectures, my commentary videos. We have to change things through culture. We have to change things through, the electoral system, through laws, that kind of stuff. And the other side does not want to do that. So we have to be as united and defiant as possible. And we got to elect this man. We have to elect this man. Anyway, that's all I got for you tonight. Not what I was planning on talking about, but man, oh man. So I have no word of the day on this one. It's just a crazy day. So let me know what you guys are thinking about all this in the comment section below. And as always, thanks for watching.